Welcome into MIAA Basketball Saturday. I'm Harry Loomis.
And I'm Calvin Silvers. We've reached the last weekend of the MIAA Basketball regular season, and a lot of athletes showed out to try and claim the MIAA Basketball Athlete of the Week. However, only 2 athletes can be selected, and we start with the men. For the first time this season, Jonny of Washburn is the MIAA Player of the Week. Clausing recorded 2 double-doubles last week as he helped the Ichabods to 2 road wins, averaging 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. Clausing was 9 of 14 from the field in their 79-64 victory over Missouri Western. He ended up with 24 points and 12 rebounds. In a 60-59 upset over number 7 Northwest Missouri State, Clausing added 12 points, 10 rebounds, and a career-high 6 assists.
I am here with Jonny Clausing from Washburn. Jonny, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Let's jump right into it. This is your first time winning the MIAA Athlete of the Week honor this season. What does it mean to you knowing that the conference recognized your hard work on the court this week or this past week?
This is an honor. It's crazy. I've been doing this for so long, and to get one under my belt, it's exciting.
It is exciting. And like you said, get one under your belt. And I'm sure there's a possibility for more to come next season as well. And it's not every week that an athlete is able to record a double-double like you did, let alone 2 like you did last week. What was working for you to allow you to be so effective in different aspects of the game?
I was just playing aggressive, I think. And, our team, we're just playing so well together right now. It's kind of easy on the court right now. Game's starting to slow down a little bit, and I'm just aggressive, trying to go get rebounds, points, all that.
And you said that the game's kind of easier per se right now, or maybe it's slowed down a little bit. Is that just because you guys have been through a lot in practice? Is it because the season is just long and now you're really starting to pick it up? Where do you feel like that easiness is coming from, or the game being slowed down?
Yeah, I think it's definitely our preparation. Man, I feel like for me personally, just coming back from injury, I finally got my groove going a little bit.
And speaking of coming back from injury, you are seeing a lot more minutes on the court down the stretch of the season now. What's one area that you've seen yourself improve on coming back? And what area do you want to continue to improve on as we move into the MIAA tournament coming up?
It's a good question. I think really what I've improved on is not getting I think it's the same thing, just not being sped up. I feel like I haven't been turning the ball over. I've been relaxing the post, taking my time. And then where I continue to improve on is always the free throws, just always trying to work on the free throws. And then
those can be hard. I'm not going to lie. Those can be hard. I had a little bit of struggle with that too during my days. So.
And then maybe the defense a little bit. We need to keep working on defense. That's what's going to win us a championship.
That is what's going to win you guys some championships if you guys can get that going. And just speaking of a championship team or championship caliber team, last week you and your team took down a nationally ranked top 10 opponent in the Northwest Missouri State Bearcats. What did you see from your team that allowed for the upset win? And what kind of confidence does that build heading into tournament play?
We're just playing really well right now, and we're deep. We got a bunch of dudes that can score the ball. Like if they stop one dude one day, a different dude can go off the other day. I think that's what makes us most dangerous. And then we are starting to lock in on the defensive side of the ball.
And you have some guys that can step up at any point, which is really nice to have, especially coming off the bench. You guys are looking to step up your defense or have stepped up your defense, and all that has to come together as the Turnpike tussle with Emporia State is Saturday to close out the regular season. In the last 2 meetings, you guys have won by a combined 6 points. It's been very close both times. And a contest that features such close games, what do you guys need to focus on to possibly move above them in the MIAA standings for 4th place? I know we've been talking defense and stuff a lot, but what else do you guys need to do to keep or to beat Emporia State, even though it could be close?
We just need to come in with the right mindset. I think come in with some energy. We know that Emporia State is going to be a packed house, so it's going to be a fun environment to play in. We just got to play our game.
Yep, just got to stick to your game, and that's worked for you guys so far. 17, 18 wins on the season, possible 20 like you guys had last season. It's exciting for you guys. Sure. Let's kind of switch to the MIAA tournament now. That's coming up very, very soon. What are you most excited for when the MIAA tournament begins play on March 2nd?
I'm just excited to be back in Kansas City this year. Having to go to Northwest last year was fun, but it's a different environment when you're in Kansas City.
I would say it is a different environment. I have some roommates from Kansas City, so I occasionally go over there, and it is a lot of fun, and it should be exciting because you guys get to play basketball as well. What should MIAA fans know about this Washburn team before watching you guys play in Kansas City? Or in other words, what makes you guys a dangerous team? Like we said, defense, you have people that can step up and take control at any time. But what else? What else do people need to know about this Washburn team?
I mean, I would say if they don't already know, we got Tyler Guyman running our point guard. He's one of the best players in the country easily. He'll always find dudes open. He's assisting, he's rebounding, he's scoring. I mean, having him as a leader and leading this team is really what brings us to that next level, I think.
Yeah, and he's a great player off the court as well. I just remember, oh man, was it with this COVID, and my mind's kind of messed up my time frame, but I believe it was last year. He hit that last second shot against Northwest. That was crazy.
Yeah.
So the kid can make some shots. He can make some shots, and he is a great player. Will always find his open teammates. Jonny, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today. Good luck to you against Emporia State, and good luck to you guys in the MIAA tournament.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
For the fourth time this season, the Women's Athlete of the Week is Central Oklahoma's Kelsey Johnson. Johnson averaged 25 and 11 over 2 games last week, including a 30-point output against Rogers State, where she tied a school record by going 12 of 13 from the floor. It was her 7th career 30-point game, extending her own personal record. I sat down with Kelsey this week ahead of today's matchup with Missouri Southern.
I am joined by now 4-time MIAA Women's Athlete of the Week from Central Oklahoma, Kelsey Johnson. Kelsey, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So 4th MIAA Player of the Week award. Did you expect to kind of be as consistently dominant as you've been this year?
Did I expect to be? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Sorry,
did you just expect to have the kind of season that you've been having?
I mean, I don't know. I hoped for it. Obviously, each year I want to do better than I did the year before. So I really hoped that this would be a better year for me. And so far it has been. So, I mean, I guess maybe, I don't know.
Right. I like it. So you go up against Missouri Southern this Saturday. They've been very hot. They've been led by freshman Lacey Stokes, who's been having a big year herself. Do you get any extra motivation being one of the big time players in the MIAA? Do you get any extra motivation playing against another big time player like that?
Yeah, I think it's always fun to play against, even though we obviously don't guard each other, but it's fun to play against someone else that's kind of up there and scoring in other statistical categories. And she's a great player. Missouri Southern is a really good team, and that's going to be senior night for us. So being the only senior on my team, I'm definitely a little extra motivated to get out there and get a win. It'll be hard for sure. Like I said, they're a great team, but definitely hoping that we can get a win.
Absolutely. It's going to be a big day at Central Oklahoma. Now, I wanted to ask you, have a little bit of fun with this. You got a pretty tight-knit coaching staff there at Central Oklahoma. I got to ask you, you had to pick a member of your coaching staff to be on your 2v2 team. Who are you picking and why?
That's hard. I'm going to go with Coach Davis on this one. Just think that, not to call Coach Hardacre old or anything, but she might be a little more agile, and she kind of gets out there with us sometimes. She can shoot it too. So I'm going to have to go with Coach Davis on that one.
Shout out to Coach Davis. So obviously we're a week away now from the MIAA Conference Championship Tournament in Kansas City. How confident are you and the rest of the team that your Central Oklahoma Broncos can make a deep run?
Yeah, I mean, I think that as the season goes on, we just keep getting better and better. And so obviously we want to be playing our best basketball when March comes around. So that's the goal. And I think that if we play how we can and do things how we're supposed to do them, then we could definitely have a chance to make a run at this.
Absolutely. It'll be fun to see. And obviously, like you said, this is your senior day on Saturday. What's going to be your biggest memory from your time at Central Oklahoma?
My biggest memory. This is hard. I don't know if I have like a specific memory, but I think that really just being around my teammates, just overall, like I have so many memories that I could go through, but just getting to spend time with them and getting so close to these girls, and it's definitely going to be hard to leave them.
I can imagine. Well, your career speaks for itself. You've had obviously a fantastic season and a fantastic career. We'll be watching the rest of the way. So congratulations on a great career. Best of luck going the rest of the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Before we get into an exciting final day of MIAA basketball regular season, we want to give a shout out to the student athletes competing in Maryville today at the 2022 MIAA Indoor Track and Field Championships.
Day 2 begins at 11 a.m. with the men's heptathlon. Watch all the action live on the MIAA network.
We've got 12 MIAA schools pulling double duty today. Here's a rundown of all the matchups. Central Missouri is at Lincoln. Missouri Southern is at Central Oklahoma. Washburn's at Emporia State. Pittsburgh State at Newman. Fort Hays at Northwest Missouri. And Northeastern State at Rogers State.
The last Saturday of MIAA regular season basketball has no shortage of quality contests. But one matchup has two top 3 teams in the MIAA battling it out on the court in Maryville.
This game is intriguing, as I want to see how Northwest rebounds after losing 2 games back-to-back last week for the first time since 2015. If there's a time to find stride and confidence, it's now. The leader of this team is senior guard Trevor Hudgins. Having started in more MIAA games than any player in league history, Hudgins knows how to run the floor. He needs to take the reins against a great fundamental team like Fort Hays State. Hudgins has shown his capability to completely take over a contest, having 6 30-point games this season. If Hudgins can't find his footing, which seems unlikely, the unsung hero in Diego Bernard will become a real threat. Bernard, if he can stay out of foul trouble, is a force to be reckoned with. He can do it all, which is showcased in his 11 career double-doubles, more than any current member on the team. Let's not forget, Bernard has tallied 1,526 points, 726 rebounds, and 372 assists. For the Tigers, they'll want to focus on stopping the high-octane offense the Bearcats possess. In the last matchup between these two schools, Northwest never trailed but were held scoreless for 7.5 minutes in the second half. They'll need some offensive input from Jared Vitstum, an athlete that could become the only player in FHSU history to reach both 1,500 points and 900 rebounds in a career. Vitstum has posted double-digit scoring in all but 4 games this season, including averaging over 17 points in the month of February.
It's hard to top that one, Calvin, but I'm going to try. I think there's a women's game that's just as intriguing, and that's a red-hot Missouri Southern team headed to Edmond to take on Central Oklahoma.
What more can be said about Missouri Southern? They're winners of 13 straight and have catapulted to second in the MIAA. We've talked a lot about Lacey Stokes, a freshman averaging 19 a game, but Amaya Johns is as reliable as it gets. Coming off the bench most nights, Johns is putting up 12 points a night on 42% shooting, also adding 5 boards a game. The Lions have been relentless on defense, forcing the worst shooting percentage in the conference. Winners of 3 of 4, the Broncos are tied for 6th heading into the last game before the conference championship tournament. Much of this can be credited to the MIAA's leading scorer, Kelsey Johnson. The Johnson-Stokes battle will be very fun to watch, as Johnson has been hitting shots from everywhere while also adding 10 boards a night. Don't think you can just shut down Johnson, as Alicia Knapp and Brooke Rayner can both make you pay. That's what happens when your team leads the conference in assists per game. All MIAA contests are subject to change. Please visit the MIAA.com or your team's athletic website for the most up-to-date schedule information.
After today's games, final seeds for the 2022 MIAA Basketball Championship Tournament will be set. Stay tuned to the MIAA.com and social media to find out matchups, playing dates, and times. This year's tournament will return to historic Municipal Auditorium in downtown Kansas City. We will both be there and look forward to seeing you there as well.
And be sure to follow us across our social media platforms and catch all the MIAA action on the MIAA network. I'm Harry Loomis.
And I'm Calvin Silvers. We'll see you next week.